That's one of the new cats that started showing up. And there's a raccoon. Well, there's more cats that was hanging out in here. It's probably so hot in there. Good boy, good girl. Go ahead, eat. And cans of food are gone. They'll be gone by tomorrow morning. And what's going to happen is should have raccoon doing to that cat. It's a young one. There was a bigger one than that one, same color. Came around, but there's a lot of new stragglers coming around after this family left their cats behind. Somewhere in this area. It's that Scooter's guarding the fence over there. The black one always plays with my dog. Stopping the raccoon coming through here. But anyway, what's going on here is that cans of cat food is running out. Not many donations of cans are being donated. And I actually am running low on funds for my dog. I have a dog I take care of. Also needs to go to a vet. So I'm scraping up pennies to take my dog to the vet. So I'm also buying stuff for the cats as well. Not just only through donations. And I'm buying stuff from Walmart for the fleas and stuff. And then that's getting expensive. I gotta worry taking care of my dog. And now posting so much on here asking for donations is a little stressful because the situation here I'm living in is stressful. The people I live with doing drugs, all this kind of nonsense going on here with the drugs, alcohol, carrying on a bunch of drama queens, fighting and yelling all the time. And most of these people living here on social services shouldn't even be drinking. In fact, they shouldn't be allowed to smoke or drink. They're on that situation, but they do anyway. It's not being enforced. There's a manager here, and also, I am also looking to get out of here because the homeowner is trying to get these cats out. He wants this whole thing taken down. It's supposed to be a temporary thing. I don't know how many times I have to keep repeating this because people keep asking questions about the situation here. Why do I gotta move? I'm moving because I have a heart condition. I went through heart surgery a couple of years ago. I'm supposed to be around this kind of nonsense, this kind of environment. And now the cats showed up. This is why I'm still here and to take care of these cats because the neighbors were being cruel. They're killing the cats last year, 2025. I'm gonna go through the whole story now. But Chris Arsenal, I knew him for many years when I lived in Coron. He helped me since I lived in Coron back in the early 2000s when I lived out there. And at that time, I was on DSS, Civil Services. And he was rescuing all the cats that needed to be rescued. And Tia Nord from Trapping and Lisa. And when I moved here, there was cats here, and he rescued them over here. There was 8 cats that he rescued from here. There was no cats being around. A couple might have been left behind, and they might have reproduced because they weren't all T and odd. But I thought I got them all. And So, and more cats were dumped or showed up, kittens maybe, and they showed back up here. And that's how I wanted these cats here. And Carol and her fiance Bob, they donated this little thing there when they were kittens. And the kittens got big pretty fast. And they got big pretty fast. And by the time I got this that little catio, it was too big to hold all the kittens in there. They were big cats now. So the feeder out here saw my post and donated this whole chicken thing here, which I turned into a cat enclosure. I attached that together, made it into a cat rescue thing. It's supposed to be a temporary thing, and that's when the homeowner allowed it. Now it's been over a year, and he wants it down. He expected this to be only up for a couple of months, 3 or 4 months the most, but now it's still here. I'm plugging the heaters in there in the winter time, during the winter, this past winter, and I guess he does not want it. He wants it now, gone. So I'm expecting to get this removed. Or if I'm still here another winter, I'm needing at least a shed, half the size, more than half the size, put it somewhere, perhaps one side of the property, and then get this taken down and move it in this spot so the cats know the area. They'll just go in there to sleep, eat outside, so the raccoons can't go in there. You're not really supposed to feed food inside where they sleep. And I feel outside one of the cats might have died because a couple cats had wind up missing. Or these other neighbors, the neighbors that were killing the cats aren't the only neighbors doing it. This whole area don't like cats. So, and that's that. And that's the raccoon. And that's it. So what's gonna happen is the cans of cat food runs there, and I can't buy no food, no cat food. Simple as that. It's pointless to buy 1 or 2 cans of cat food when you got 15 cats I'm feeding out here. Yeah, what am I able to give a little morsel, ground of freaking can of food? You can't put water in the dry food. That dries up, it gets sour, sticks together, and the cats won't even touch it. It gets hard like a rock. And in this weather, it gets sour. It's so hot. In the winter time, a little different. They'll eat it when it's in the winter, but now it's hot, the heat, and when the food runs out, the cat's gonna have to start learning how to fend for themselves in. Because it's ridiculous posting so many times, not getting enough donations, and people complaining about me posting for donations all the time to feed these cats, making these sarcastic remarks about me feeding the cats. And that's why people stop feeding the cats, because of that. Let the cats starve. They'll fend for themselves. Now, it's summertime, they'll eventually find food for themselves because there's rats and mice roaming around the woods, outside somewhere. But if they're in the city, the cats won't survive living in a city because those rats are big out there. But in an area like this I'm in, they're going to find mice, squirrels, rats, bugs to feed off of. So they probably won't starve if I stop feeding them. But they won't stick around here anymore. And they'll wind up going to neighbors' properties where they were being killed before and wind up dead eventually. And that's what's probably going to happen when the food runs out. So that's it. So that's how it's going to be. So I'm just have to let the cat starve when the cat food runs out from now on. So I'm getting tired of this. Posting all the time, these damn sarcastic remarks. And the only cats that will stick around are the friendly ones. Is the one I plan on taking with me on the move, Scooter and Shirley. And there's the older cat that comes around, and a small black one. If that one, they all become friendly, I might wind up just having to take them. I'm not going to leave the friendly ones behind. But the ones that are really feral, they'll be left behind when I leave. So, rescues had a whole year, over a year, to try to find placements for these cats. They don't care, obviously, because I'm posting every single month for over a year about trying to place these cats. More than 2 times a month, asking for food, asking for placement for these red cats to be rescued since they were kittens. And I keep getting remarks: if you can't feed them, let them die. All this kind of, from all the people that run a rescue place. So, these are remarks come from somebody that you all know, supposed to be very high and mighty in the rescue business. So that tells you how much they really care about the cats. And I'm located in Brentwood. I'll tell you the location. I'll say Brentwood, near the community college. People that have already been here know the situation. They've been here, and a lot of people that I've been helping out, they're always the same people helping out that were helping out. Obviously, they gave up because they can't do it no more. So these cats are going to wind up having to starve. It's simple. That's what's going to have to happen. And there's new people that started donating because obviously now no one else is donating. They don't want to see the cats starving. But as of now, only a few cans left. So the old cats, they can't eat the dry food. They're going to starve. They're going to have to struggle in pain to try to chew the food. That's it. That's going to have to happen. If I have plenty of dog food, I'll just try to smash up in smaller pieces. If I have to, try to feed it to them. But for now, I have plenty of dry. What's needed right now is a lot of cans. I have enough dry food to last me a couple of weeks, and the cans will be gone by tomorrow morning. Because somebody donated about 24 cans, and that's it. So I need plenty of cans of cat food because that's what they most like to eat most. And this house is ridiculous. I can show you what goes on here. The type of what goes on here is that this can is always over flooding, falling over the empty beer cans, and they hang out over there drinking, smoking. And that's why these cats don't stick around the property, because they're loud. The only cats that will stick around are the friendly ones that are people friendly, and that's the black cat, the Scooter. And Shirley don't stick around him too much. She stays in here and hides. But the other one is, and also go with the dog, my dog. But the rest of them aren't. They skedoodle out of here. That's why this environment is no good for the animals. They need to be placed somewhere. It's going in those woods, staying in there. They're getting ticks on them. I'm not going to be able to give them anything. I have no cat stars for the ferals. I already ran out of the flea drops for the friendly ones. And that's it. So I'm trying to actually play games on my phone. It said you can make money watching videos. So that's what I'm trying to do. Hopefully it's ain't a scam. I'll be doing it for nothing. So that's the bottom line what's going to happen with these cats if I can't get any donations. And this is what these neighbors do when they were killing the cats last year. They run around the yard with their flashlights, what they're looking for. That's what they've been doing. And that was going on at 2 o'clock in the morning from the residents here were telling me when I found out they were killing the cats. And I didn't believe it until I saw it myself, and saw a dead kitten in the trap. And the SPCA came, and I reported them. Police don't care. I already called the police. All we can do is file a complaint about it. It's not an emergency to the cops. Because you don't have solid proof what's going on. I only seen him bury the kitten. And by the time the SPCA showed up, it was over a month past. So that thing, that little kitten was already probably decomposed, turned to dust already. And I know for a fact it was going on for quite a while, and he had somebody picking up the dead animals because 2024, when I was trapping the cats here, and Chris was taking them from Happy Cat Sanctuary, somebody pulled up in front of the house here saying they're here to pick up the animals in a white van. Now, when I called up the lady Lisa, who's always only the one picks up the cats from here, and I trapped them during that time, she said, no, of course not. She goes, do not give those animals to anybody. So that told me right then and there that these neighbors had somebody come to the wrong house, pick up the dead animals. And they said they're here to pick up the animals. They didn't know I was trapping cats. So there's something happening. There's something going on like that. And I believe they're not the only neighbors doing it. It's this whole area in Brentwood. It's their culture, where they come from, that's what they do, and they're doing it here. I just happened to crack down on them because I saw them burying the kitten. They probably couldn't afford to pay somebody who's picking them up, probably. Besides, there's only one little kitten. I happened to see him buried in the corner over there. In my window, because my window was right there with the light on, with the air conditioner. That's my window. That's how I heard the digging. And it was actually in June. I heard the digging. I happened to stop what I was doing, get up out of bed. I looked out the window and I saw him. Pick up that trap and dump it right down the hole. Yep. And I spoke to all the neighbors and the feeder. They told me they're not the only neighbors that kill the cats here. They kill cats, kill other animals. They poison them. And that's why they put signs up saying that poisoning the cats and animals is illegal. But it's hard to catch them because there's no evidence of showing who's doing what. So they're going to keep doing what they're doing. That's the way. It's not safe for these cats to be around here. I'm going to call it a night, folks, and hopefully donations of cat food comes in. Hopefully donations get funded to my GoFundMe account, so maybe I can purchase a shed if I get donations, but no donations as becoming an all period. And so I think GoFundMe is a waste of time. Nothing happens with that. People look at that because they know GoFundMe takes most of the money for themselves. And that's probably why nobody wants to donate to the GoFundMe accounts. So I gotta try and do a GoFundMe, like a fundraising thing on Facebook or something.